Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this special figure showcase we're going to be looking at a very popular figure and toy, the Autobot Bluestreak. What we're going to do with this video, we're going to have a quick look at him in both of his modes, and that way you can decide how you want to display him. We'll have a look at the things that you need to be aware of if you have to purchase one for yourself. I'll show you the accessories that come with him, and as I'm lucky enough to have a couple of different types of packaging, I can show you the artwork and the differences on them as well. I've also got a pre-rub variant and a rub variant, so I can just quickly go into a bit of detail with that as well. Okay, let's get started. Before we do, if you'd like to not already subscribed, if you'd like to hit that subscribe and like button for me now, as it really will help this channel out. And again, I'm having so much fun doing this, and I'm glad you guys are enjoying the videos too. Okay, so he originally came out in 1984 as part of Wave 1 of the Generation 1 continuity of Transformers. Now, of course, this figure was released beforehand under the Diaclone line, and this is where some confusion sometimes comes in, because although his name is Bluestreak, and although all over the packaging you see shades of blue on his feet, on his doors, and even on the actual packaging there yourself, this figure was never released with any blue on it at all as part of the Transformers line. As I say, Diaclones, etc. things beforehand, yes he was, but whenever he was released in the Transformers originally, he was only this particular colour. And what a fantastic alternate mode that is as well. Look at that. And of course it's a Fairlady Z, and it is a Datsun 280ZX Turbo. An absolutely beautiful alternate mode, and to be honest, I didn't realise how nice this was. I've literally only took it out of that box just then. Don't worry, it wasn't sealed. It's been sat on there for ages, and that's purely because, yeah, it just looks too good. I didn't want to get it out. This has a tendency to break really easy. The hood comes off, but the same as Prowl, and the same as obviously Smokescreen, of course, which the mould was used to help make them in the future. But yeah, the hood, the windows at the back, the roof and everything, because this has been kept in a box, it's quite lucky that it is still stiff. So it's them things that, you know, really do need to be aware of. It's that they break ever so easy, and especially nowadays. The good thing is as well that most of the original figures were lots of die cast, so this is nice and sturdy. It is really robust, and again it just looks really good. It does have the rubber tyres, and of course underneath we've got the folded up arms, and that's of course how you transform him on the waist. I was umming and ahhing whether to transform this guy for the video, but it's just, I don't want to damage it. As I've just mentioned, he is quite a sought after toy, and to be honest, he does get damaged so easily. So I'm just going to show you the two modes. I'll discuss the transformation and how you do it, but I'm sure people who've seen this and people who've seen the reissues and everything like that, they've seen transformations of this figure anyway. But there it is. Now we'll quickly touch on the rub variant, and you can see, funnily enough, that these two here, they've both got the rub signs there, and this was meant that it was just released just a little after the first releases, which was this one here, which didn't have the rub sign on it at all. And there's another difference in the boxes as well, which I'll quickly show you while we're here, and then we'll come back to the figures in a second. If I spin this around at the back, you've got what's known as a straight line tech spec. So if I bring it towards you, you can see that the lines coming down are all straight. You can still read the you know, where the markings are, no problem whatsoever. But then on the rub sign variants, you've got what's known as the wavy tech spec, so you can see all the lines are all wavy. Again, you can still read it just the same, but that's one of the differences between the pre-rub and the rub sign boxes. And again, that's just because it was just released before. They're both obviously original, they're both official Hasbro stroke Takara products. That's just a slight little difference that you may or may not be aware of, and to be honest, you probably didn't even want to know, but it's just something that I thought I'd like to point out for you. So we'll have a quick look at him in his robot mode now then, and I think even though the alternate mode is amazing, let's be honest, he definitely deserves to be displayed in robot mode. Again, if you're lucky enough to get one which hasn't got the back window smashed off, he displays fantastically in it. Sometimes they've even got the doors missing, and again this hood on the back, you can see there, it's just connected on the back of his head there. Really quite flimsy, unfortunately, so that's why this particular figure, and of course Prowl and Smokescreen, as we've said, they do command quite high prices on the secondary market. With regards to his accessories, if I can take it out of these guys, some of these, if you can appreciate, have just literally sat on my shelves for 10-15 years. There is his particular weapon. And again, of course, you need the dowel there. You need to have nice shiny chrome. And then I'm going to attempt to take off these. There is a difference between the left and the right one, and it's really simple with just where the dowel is. And of course, there you go. So that's his left one, so the dowel is there. And then you get, will it fire? Nope, not at all, because it's been taken out. The Takara version still fire, but you need 3 missiles like this. The missiles, they did use the same as well, funnily enough, on Prowl and Smokescreen. They just changed the colour of the launchers. If I recall correctly, Prowls are silver, and that must mean Smokescreens are white, if I'm remembering correctly. But here he is in his robot mode, and I'm just going to bring him closer to the camera. And again, you can just see that's fantastic. He looks really good. Good use of the stickers. To be fair, even if he was missing all of his stickers, around the hips and on the legs, he'd still look pretty good. At the back, you can get away. I suppose if you really could get away with displaying him without his roof, you'd never know. But yeah, you're going to need these, the rear windows to the back of the car if you really want to display him in that particular mode. Other things to be aware of, I've already mentioned the fact that the tyres are rubber, but of course loose joints, the arms can just sort of flop about all over the place. But yeah, otherwise I think that's the main things that you are looking out for. I'm going to move the slope over again just to have a quick look at the box, and as I've already touched on, it's not a very toy accurate piece of artwork, but it does look really good. And then the same on the top, you have got all the blue on it, but again we've touched up on that. So if I spin it round, again, wave 1, so there is the original iconic battle scene, Optimus Prime, Starscream, Sunstreaker, Soundwave, etc., all coming over the back. And then just for the people who are interested, this has been graded by UK graders. We'll have a quick look at the back of this actually, because it's much more vibrant. There we go. Again, same battle scene, and this one's got a overall of 75, and that's because unfortunately, which you probably didn't even notice, there's just a little tear there unfortunately, but there we go. That's can't deny it. That's one of my prized possessions there. Really do love that. And here he is again then. So there he is in his robot mode, and I'm sure you'll agree that that's how you'd probably want to display him as well. So in summary, fantastic figure, displays incredibly well. They did, as I say, use his mould, retool it, redeco, etc. for the other 2 Autobot cars, Prowl and Smokescreen. And yeah, he's just an amazing figure. He has obviously been, luckily enough, for the guys who haven't been able to get an original one, he has been reissued, Toys R Us version, commemorative edition, quite a few things to be fair. So you can get other versions of him, so he's he is still sought after, but you don't have to break the bank to get the original ones. And then of course he's been reissued again recently as well. So there we go. Here he is in all his glory, the 1984 original Bluestreak. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Please take care.